Hi, my name is Maya, and welcome to my channel, Cranley Place, where I'm posting content on scarf style, knot tutorials, and more. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to be notified of new videos, which I'm publishing weekly. Normally, I talk about Hermès scarves, which I've been collecting for years now, but in today's video, I wanted to talk about the Hermès Apple Watch 7 Double Tour and why I returned it. After a rough holiday season with a loved one passing away rather suddenly, I admittedly succumbed to a little retail therapy and decided to order this watch, which I had been eyeing for quite some time. I've always admired the Double Tour and had been patiently waiting for Apple.com to have the one I wanted in stock. Because yes, I prefer online shopping. Ideally, I would have tried this on in person, but our local Apple store is only open by appointment, and I really couldn't be bothered. And besides, since it was express shipped, I would receive it quickly. Sometimes they even do same-day delivery if it's available at your local store, which is amazing. You may already know that Apple introduced this latest generation smartwatch, the Series 7, in October 2021, just in time for holiday shopping season, no surprise. Featuring a larger and more advanced display, greater durability, faster charging, new case colors, and OS, Apple fans, myself included, were looking forward to seeing this in person. The re-engineered always-on Retina display has significantly more screen area and thinner borders, while the design itself is softer with more rounded corners, and the display has a unique refractive edge, making full-screen watch faces and apps appear more infinity edge style, seamlessly connecting with the case curvature. And at 1.7 millimeters in thickness, it manages to maximize screen area with minimal impact to the watch dimensions. It also introduced a user interface optimized for the larger display, a new QWERTY keyboard, and 33% faster charging. Available in 41mm and 45mm sizes, the Apple Watch Series 7 is reportedly the most durable ever, with a stronger, more crack-resistant front crystal, perfect for those of us who may be hard on our wrist wear. The Hermès version, of course, is based on the same technology, but offering exclusive watch faces and band options. Truth be told, I was really looking forward to this watch, especially with Apple's improvements in its health and wellness tools like the electrical heart sensor and ECG app, as well as the blood oxygen sensor and app. In reality, you could always put an Hermès band on a regular Apple Watch, but of course you'd miss out on the exclusive watch faces and the cachet of the Hermès version if that's important to you. Unboxing an Hermès purchase has always been an experience, like you're opening a luxurious gift, whether it's nail polish, a scarf, fine jewelry, or even something more expensive. It feels curated and luxe. And certainly Apple, for a mainstream consumer product, its unboxing experience is hands down one of the best out there. So combining the two brands, Hermès and Apple, the unboxing did not fail to please. The Hermès Apple Watch comes in a signature orange Hermès sleeve holding two boxes which slip out the side, one with the watch itself and the other with whatever band you've ordered. In my case, I fell in love with the Double Tour and ordered a 41mm in a stainless steel case with a Double Tour band in the classic Hermès color, Rouge H. Of course, the Hermès watch bands, especially leather, are not really suitable for exercising or more casual activities, so there's also a sport band included in none other than orange, of course. Here's where I ran into a problem, which unfortunately for me was a deal breaker. The Double Tour watch band comes in one size, which fits 130 to 155 millimeter wrists. And this was clearly stated both on Apple.com as well as Hermès.com. Now mind you, the average woman's wrist size is well documented in the jewelry and watch industries. An extra small or tiny average woman's wrist is 5 to 5.5 inches or 120 to 140 millimeters. A small average is 5.5 to 6.5 inches or 140 to 170 millimeters, and medium to large 6.5 to 7.5 or 170 to 190 millimeters. Even for women's bracelets, a standard size is 6.5 to 7.5 inches or 170 to 190 millimeters. And again, I'll remind you that the double tour band comes only in one size, from 130 to 155 millimeter wrists. So here's a tape measure. I would never wear something this tight, but nominally my wrist is 145 millimeters. Let's call it 150 for a bit of breathing room, or even 155 millimeters. In inches, that's about 6 inches. Granted, I don't like wearing watches or bracelets tight on my wrist. Here's another watch that I've had forever, and yes, I do like to wear it loosely. This measures just under 7 inches, or 6.75 inches to be exact. I understand that I wouldn't be able to wear an Apple Watch, or probably any smartwatch for that matter, this loose. But the fact that my wrist, which while not super petite, it's still on the smaller side. And for me, the double tour was literally on the last hole of the band and incredibly uncomfortable. There would be no way I could make it through an hour, let alone a whole day, wearing this watch. What about other Hermès Apple Watch bands, or even the Hermès bracelets? Okay, so starting with the bands, a 41 millimeter single tour band fits a wrist from 140 to 175 millimeters. For the 45 millimeter case, the single tour bands fit 160 to 195 millimeter wrists. Either of these would probably have been more palatable for me in terms of comfort, but I did actually try one of these in a 41 millimeter size, and the watch and band just felt too big and clunky for me. Then there's even the Barenia Gourmet double tour band, which is only for 41 millimeter cases, and again, this is meant for 130 to 155 millimeter wrists. What? Let's take a look at some of the Hermès bracelets. The Kelly double tour bracelet comes in 4 sizes: a T1 or 145 millimeters, basically 5.7 inches, a T2 for up to 155 millimeters or 6.1 inches, a T3 for up to 165 millimeters or 6.5 inches, and a T4 for up to 175 millimeters or 6.9 inches, which at least seems to acknowledge that one size does not fit all. Personally, I would take a T3, but others may like a closer fit. What about a Click H bracelet? This is about 7 inches with a hinge, so it would fit my wrist comfortably. But again, what if your wrist is bigger, or you like a looser fit? Well, I guess this would rule out this type of bracelet. What about the Hermès bangles, which at least have to fit over the broadest part of your hand in order to slip on and off comfortably? This particular one comes in 3 sizes. A 62, which is for a hand circumference of 182 millimeters or less, that's 7.2 inches. A 65, which is for 191 millimeters or less, that's 7.5 inches. And a 70, which is for 219 millimeters or 8.6 inches. If I measure my hand at its widest, this looks like about 7.5 inches, which for the bangles, I would take a 65, or basically their medium size. Again, I do appreciate that this acknowledges that one size does not fit all, which is what really makes the Hermès Apple Watch Double Tour even more disappointing to me. At least if the double tour band had been sized like the 41 millimeter single tours, accommodating 140 to 175 millimeter wrists. That would have worked for me. But alas, I guess it was not meant to be. At least if they're only going to make one size available, how about making it bigger? A maximum band size of 155 millimeters is not realistic, but maybe that's just me. So there you have it, a bit about the Hermès Apple Watch 7 Double Tour and why I returned it. Please like the video if you enjoyed it and found it helpful, and let me know what you think in the comments. In future episodes, I'll share other Hermès reviews, scarf knot tutorials, and more, so be sure to hit that subscribe button to be notified of new videos. Thanks again for joining me today. Until next time!